Hello, welcome to another video. I'm Alice, if you didn't already know. I thought we could do a little Q&A because it's been a long time since I've done one of these and I feel like a lot of life things have happened. So as always, I asked on my Instagram for questions. If you don't already follow me over there, make sure you do because that's like where I'm the most active. And we're just gonna go. Heads up, the sun keeps coming in and out of the clouds, so apologies for if I turn into Casper the Ghost at any point because I'm pale enough as it is. The sun doesn't do me any favours. So, I haven't even planned this. I'm literally just going to read. Oh, by the way, this case is from Casetify and the pop socket is just like a pop socket own one. So, what videos can we expect to see when all the restrictions have been lifted? Do you know what? I haven't actually really thought about this. Probably because I don't want to get my hopes up about the restrictions. So if you're not in England, you won't know, but England have been locked down 3 times. We had like a little bit of freedom sort of during summer, but it's basically been a year of lockdowns, and obviously that's kind of hard for mental health and content and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't really thought about it, but house buying and moving is happening this year, so I guess my content will flick over to that, but I do have some more questions around that. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'll adapt the content yet, but I'll keep you posted. Are you still friends with your uni group? I am. I'm still in touch with them quite a lot actually. Obviously Jade, I live with Jade in 3rd year. I message her like every week. I was speaking to Matty, I speak to Lena every so often, and I'm so excited for the day where we can all have a big sleepover at my house because I love those guys. We got on so well, and I feel like the uni friendships are on like a whole other level. So yeah, I love those guys. Do you earn enough money to sustain a living? People are very interested with this question. Like, I get asked this question a lot. Maybe it's because it doesn't seem like I do enough to earn enough money, but obviously I only ever really film little tiny parts of my day. You don't see all like the behind the scenes. But yes, I earn enough to sustain a living. I mean, I'm buying a house, got a deposit, buying a house. I earn enough money, don't worry about me. Obviously right now I live with my parents, so it's enabled me to save more money than I would have done if I was renting or anything like that. But even if I wasn't living with my parents, I would be able to still afford it, so don't worry about me. I got it sorted. And I'm actually really good with money, so I'm definitely a saver, which helps. Did you ever think about using Etsy to launch your shop in the beginning? To be honest, I've actually had an Etsy store for years. I had it right back when I did like my first ever like merch, whatever you want to define it as. I've never really found success on Etsy. I feel like you need like a really specific niche on Etsy, and I'm not very good at that. I like to try different things. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. Maybe I just wasn't putting enough time into it. But I love the control and the aesthetic of having my own website because I can make it look how I want it to look, and obviously there's like less fees and it's my own. Like if Etsy closed tomorrow, which obviously it won't, but if Etsy closed tomorrow, that'd be my shop gone. So I see like more value in having my own website. But there are so many people, even people I know in person, who've got amazing Etsy sales and have been open for a couple of months. So yeah, I'm definitely just doing something wrong, but I prefer the website side of things. Is graphic design now your full-time job? Yeah, it's been my full-time job for the past, like, when did I finish uni? 2018? I kind of left uni and then just went straight into graphic design / YouTube. So I guess it's YouTube and graphic design. Like, obviously some of my income comes from ads and Google ads videos and stuff like that, and like sponsorships. But the nature of my videos is design, and so I guess it's graphic design YouTube. I never really know what my job title is. Would you be able to be self-employed just from your soul and fire business? Right now, probably not, because sales have been slow. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that March sales were super slow and it kind of got me down, but I've heard through the grapevine that a lot of small businesses, they've had the same sort of experience. So right now, probably not. I wouldn't be able to be self-employed. I've never really thought about it like that because I wouldn't ever just run Soul and Fire by itself. I like that it's more of a side thing. I wouldn't want to think that was like my only earner. I love doing YouTube. I love doing like brand work and Instagram and stuff like that. So right now, no, but maybe in the future, yes. And then the plan is I'll hopefully hire my mum for 2 days a week as opposed to 1. And then, yeah, I don't know. Is your link to your discounted Illustrator course still available? So I actually always have a discounted link. So if you go on my website, which is alicethorpe.co.uk, go into the Adobe Illustrator page. I'll leave it all linked in the description. And on there, you get a big discount anyway because you've gone gone directly through my website. Whereas anyone that just goes through the International Open Academy's website gets like the full, I think it's £99 for like the basic price. So yeah, the link's in the description. Ooh, what is your favourite Lincoln cafe or coffee shop? So I never really went in coffee shops because I don't drink coffee, and at the time I didn't have much money, so I didn't want to spend it on something I don't actually drink. The first place that always pops into my head is Madam Waffle. Those of you who've been to Lincoln or know Lincoln will know Madam Waffle. If you don't, you're missing out. So good. They sell the nicest waffles. They do like fresh juices. I always had the Oreo waffle, and I am going there as soon as I can to just experience that. I miss it. I really want to walk up Steep Hill, which I never thought I'd say again, and I really just want to take in the vibes, you know. I had 3 years there at uni, so yes, definitely Madam Waffle. Have you put a deposit down on a house, or are you still searching? I've also got, how is your house buying journey going? How's the house hunting going? So I have put a reserve on a house. So a couple of weeks ago we got the mortgage approved, and we're just waiting on some like documents, and then the house needs to be finished being built because it's a new build. So yes, we're buying a house. I'm buying it with my boyfriend, and I'm very excited. It's a dream come true, and I'm just very grateful and lucky and happy and excited for like what the future will bring. I suppose this kind of comes into the question I was on about earlier about what am I going to film when when lockdown is lifted. To be honest, I kind of want to film, actually I definitely want to film the process of moving, but I don't know how to really incorporate it into this channel because I feel like this channel has ended up quite graphic design related. So I have a question. If the poll thing that YouTube does is still there, I'll put it on screen. Should I put my like moving vlogs and like house tour and whatever, should I put them on this channel as like a bonus video a week? So maybe I'd go to 2 videos a week and do it like that. Or should I create like a vlog channel? I'm swaying towards putting it on this channel because I don't really want the responsibility of another one, but also I don't want to alienate all those people that have subscribed to this channel for graphic design content. I hope that makes sense, so let me know in the poll. I think that's probably why my views in comparison to my subscribers is quite different. Well, it's very different because my content has changed over the years, so I haven't got like a very niche audience. I've got audiences that have come in for different reasons, so that's why generally my views are like very different, unless I do like a super graphic design based video, which usually gets a great response. But I don't know, I always wanted my channel to like be me, and I'm constantly changing, so if I think about it like that, my channel will constantly be changing. I went on a bit of a tangent there. What's your favourite product you've released so far? Okay, I'm going to show you it. I'm literally sat next to my drawers. So it's a toss-up between this, the Make It Happen Daily List Planner, or this, the Get Shit Done Planner. I'll leave these linked in the description as well. But yeah, I just love this especially. I'm actually really low on stock for these, so maybe when I reorder them, I'll do some like different colours or a different cover design. But you can kind of see the vibes, lots of daily planning space, and I just think these are so handy to like chuck in your bag when you're going to work or school or whatever. So yeah, they're definitely my top 2. Why did you choose the Cricut you chose? So I'm actually sat next to it, hence why I'm looking at it. I chose this Cricut because it has more functions than the other one, and at the time I could afford to buy the upgraded version. I think it's like £100 more, so I was like, whilst I'm buying one, I'll buy the best one I can afford. I've always had that sort of attitude. Even when I bought my DSLR when I was like 17, I bought like the one that was more pricey because I knew it would last longer and I was able to do more things. So that's basically why. Because you can cut balsa wood, you can cut fabrics, whereas the Cricut Air only cuts like paper and like thick card. I've never actually used it for any of like the fancier cuts, which kind of defeats the point of me buying it in the first place, but I'm looking to do that. I'm hoping once I've got my new office and I've got more room, I can like fully organise and like have the time and like the brain space to do things like that, because right now this office is tiny and it's very full. I've grown out of it, but I do love it. I'm not going to get rid of it. It's so fun to have a Cricut. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm okay. I have my ups and downs. Definitely a lot better than I was this time last year, because the first lockdown sort of happened around this time and I hit like a very deep, it was probably depression / anxiety, ended up back on my medicine, etc. Now I'm more settled in myself, in like the world situation. I guess we've just kind of got used to it. but I definitely still have days where I just feel a bit empty. Like, you probably understand it if you're also in England, or if you're also, I mean, in another country experiencing lockdown. I feel a bit just empty, like there's nothing to talk about because we've not been doing anything. It's just a bit difficult, isn't it? Like, there's not much to kind of keep your brain occupied. I'm so fed up of watching films. I don't want to craft anything else. I've done enough crafting to last me a lifetime. I don't know, you know, it's just been like a repeat and a repeat. And as a self-employed person, it's so easy for me to just like work through the weekend just to pass time and have something to do, and that's so unhealthy. So in this past couple of months, I've been trying so hard to actually take the weekends for me rather than just working through them for something to do. But yeah, I'm just excited for lockdown to be lifted a bit more. But then I'm also quite scared of it because, I don't know, I think I'm in that kind of group of people that's a bit anxious about things being unlocked. Like, I haven't booked a table in a pub garden, like I haven't booked a table anywhere. Like, I'm just gonna see what happens. And that's kind of what I did last time we were released from lockdown. But yes, I'm alright. I'm excited about the house. I just am dying to go house shopping in person and to experience more things with my family, with my boyfriend. I just want to live my life. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to move out? I'd say a solid 12. I cannot wait. I packed my first box the other day and now I'm officially on box collecting duty. So every time I get a parcel, I'm like collecting the boxes. I'm very excited. Did you do graphic design at college or uni, and do you have any tips on starting a design business? So I did a course called media production at university. If you followed me then, I do have a lot of like university related videos on this channel if you like go back into the archives. I did that course, which was loosely based on design. So in first year you did 6 different topics like photography, design, film, script writing, radio, and then in second year you chose 2. So I chose digital media and design. So digital media was more like After Effects, creating animations, things like that, and design was this, like creating magazines and print-based things. Then in third year I did just design, but it definitely wasn't on the level of like a graphic design only course. I don't know the level of things that an actual graphic design student knows. So no, I technically didn't do graphic design at uni, although I learned a lot of skills from uni, and I definitely developed my confidence with like dealing with clients and things at uni, so I definitely don't regret going. A lot of people do actually say to me, don't you feel weird that you didn't like make the most of your degree? I think I have. Like, I'm so happy I went to uni. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't have the friendships, I wouldn't have the confidence, the life experience, and obviously it's a lot of money and a lot of like dedication just for some life experience. But it's more than just that. Like, my business and my mindset and like where I am today wouldn't be anything what it is if I hadn't have gone to uni. So I think the investment was well worth it. However, on the flip side, if you don't want to go to uni or you can't go to uni or whatever, don't think that you have to go to uni to be a designer. Just look on like TikTok. There's so many creative people out there who've never even studied it in the slightest, and they are so skilled. Like, anything art related, you can really learn and teach yourself anywhere, especially with like the availability of like YouTube and tutorials and all that kind of thing. Like, you don't have to have that. My tips for starting a business is just to do your research, prepare yourself, make sure you've got a bit of a plan in place. If you're going to do a product-based business, be sensible with your money, so don't fully bankrupt yourself on a launch if you haven't tested the waters first. So maybe just order like a small selection of things, see how it goes, and then like reevaluate. Just take things step by step and follow like-minded people who are doing the same thing as you, and then hopefully you'll sort of pick it up along the way. That's basically what I did, and I still don't consider myself to be like fully fledged designer, fully fledged shop owner. I'm sort of like learning as we go. That's the whole nature of this channel, that's the whole nature of what I do. But yeah, hopefully me sharing it kind of helps and we can sort of learn and develop together. I guess that's it for this Q&A. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me babble on for this long. Thank you as always for the support. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you next time for another one. Bye!